What's up YouTube, Car Boss here, back in a video where we talk cars, money, investing. Today is the 1st of February, means it's 1 full month that I've become a full-time sports car reseller. And the common question I get asked, because I focus specifically on basketball, what kind of basketball cards am I buying right now? Okay, because I think that the market is kind of all over the place, right? The prices seems to be high on this for a minute, high on that for a minute, and this thing's down, this thing's flat. So what am I doing? Okay, so I think there's a lot of different kind of content out there. People are buying a whole host of different things, and of course it's pretty extreme. The videos that I watch, you have a lot of low-end buyers, low-end resellers, and you also have high-end flippers, right? Cars that's dealing in a couple $1,000s at a time. So I kind of like working in the middle. As you guys know, my range is between the 500 to 2,500. That's kind of my sweet spot. So I just want to share with you on my buying strategy. I will have another video on one of my pickups for the second half of January 2024. And I did my earlier video on spending 25K on the first 2 weeks in 2024. So I have another one for the next 2 weeks. You guys can be quite shocked with those kind of pickups as well. But I just want to share with you the buying strategy for me right now. So I think that for this kind of price range that's between the 500 to 2,500, there is a lot of choices. Of course, there are some people who like to go into the Ultramod. Their prices are pretty on the high ups and downs. So right, there's the Wemby, there's the Paolo, there's the Chet, there's the Shea. So there, maybe in terms to some extent Luka as well. But the swings are pretty wild, okay, for Ultramodern. I never, I wouldn't say I don't enjoy the swings of Ultramodern. Who doesn't like to make profits? But given my geographical location, based in Malaysia, it's hard for me to turn a profit quickly on cars that swing wildly in prices in such a short period of time. So I tend to stick cars that has a bit more longevity because it's not that I'm buying cars for the long term. I do flips, right? So I do in some instances where I get a card and back from PSA, for example, I do sell them within 2 days. Okay, but because of the price swings on some of these ultra-modern cars, I tend to shy away from them in general. So I think if you guys follow my Instagram, I'm a big fan of the 90s. So you're talking about the era of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Tracy McGrady, okay, Allen Iverson, Kevin Garnett. So these are the ones that I enjoy to pick up. The prices on them are fairly medium to high at the moment on certain cards, and I wouldn't say their cards are cheap. Obviously the base cards from the 90s era, those are cheap for sure, and those are tons in abundance. But I'm referring to the inserts that I would like to pick up, maybe the earlier refractors. So these are the kind of cards that I'm looking for. They are priced within my range as well, and not starting from 500. It could be prices low as 100 or 150. So those are the stuff that I look at. I try to get them raw to send them for grading for PSA. Now the challenge from buying 90s cards is they don't grade very well. Okay, 2 reasons for that. Obviously, the condition of the cards where they have been kept in. Okay, so not necessarily they've been kept well over the last 20 or so years. So getting a PSA 10 is obviously like the dream, okay, to get PSA 10s. 9s is kind of like, yep, you can make some money. 8s is more like acceptable, and 7 and below is kind of like, oh dear, do I get to recover my money? So even though the cards are easily moved, I can move them easily, but they don't grade very well. Okay, so you have collectors that collect cards from the 90s era. They do buy them in many different grades. PSA 5 sells as well. It's all about the pricing, because there are collectors who don't mind just trying to add this rare, let's say 96 flare hot shots insert. In a PSA 6 Kevin Garnett, it's probably like what, $40, right? So it's still fairly reasonable. So if you send it for grading, it's going to cost, value plus shipping is going to cost at least $21 to $22. Okay, so it's hard to justify getting return if you're a reseller, but definitely to the point of some of these inserts, they're always in demand. They have a bit more longevity compared to the ultra modern. So you kind of have to take the pros and the cons, okay? And of course, it's added challenge for myself that not being able to buy the raw cards from shows where I can actually inspect the condition firsthand. So I have to depend on the photos, okay, on the description of the card that's been given on eBay or from PWCC. If let's say they have the ones that are graded by MBA. All right, so they actually give you a nice video and gives you those hotspots that allows you to make the decision whether or not to buy those cards. Now, of course, I do buy graded cards as well. I have them shipped directly to PWCC, so that's pretty easy. And of course, I still also mainly focus on the 90s. But graded cards for 90s, trying to buy them high grade PSC 9s and above are really, really expensive. And to try and turn a profit on those cards can be a challenge as well. So beware of that. You gotta be ready to hold those cards for a period of time if you're trying to buy them to resell. But I do think that they have a better longevity compared to some of the ultra-modern stuff. So that's basically just a quick one, because I have people messaging me and say, what am I buying right now? I think everybody's just trying to make some money in this market. The trend lines are definitely moving up, so everybody's feeling the optimism that the sports card or the basketball card market is going to pick up soon. But people are just unsure on where to put the money at, because they're very wary of what has happened during the pandemic. Obviously, a lot of people went up for that train ride, including myself, right? We went high, whereby it didn't matter what you bought, right? Because you would definitely sell it at a profit. But once it hit that peak or hit that high, everything just came non-stop crashing down. And I think people are very worried about that. People are very scared about that. So they want to make sure that they don't buy into the wrong thing. So there is a lot of content out there. People are just looking many different directions on where to go, and I'm sharing with you guys this is where I am sitting. Okay, hope you guys got something out of this. Do check out my website here, the links to my eBay store, as well as more videos in my channel. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Till the next one. Cowboys out.